Hey there YouTube, ZCube here. A little bit earlier than I usually, or actually it's right in the middle of when I usually film my unboxings. Usually either film late or early in the morning. This is kind of like midday, so that's actually kind of an interesting change for these. But today I have a massive unboxing from ZCube. These are fairly inexpensive, so I picked up a bunch of them. It includes some modern puzzles and includes some older puzzles. Without further ado, let's get right into this unboxing. So I actually have the box put off here a bit far off the screen, but basically there are a ton of puzzles in here, so I'm just going to pull them out one by one, show them in the frame. Pretty sure I had a clip of me actually opening the box there. But let's just start off with the first one here. And with the box, it's going to be a little bit awkward to handle this thing. As you can see, this is a Moyu Dianma. I unboxed one in my previous unboxing there. And this one, I think, is one in black plastic. They seem to have a lot of these in stock, like in all different colors and things. So I don't know exactly which one I got here. Maybe I got in stickerless pink. Let me take a look here. Yes, that's what it seems to be. So let's quickly get this out of the plastic and take a look. So actually, as I learned in taking some photos from my Instagram here of this cube from my last unboxing, this cube is really strange, which I've heard that a lot of places. But it really is a strange cube. Because obviously, it suffers from this condition called small center. And that has like the really wide outer layers, even though it measures right around 57 millimeters, just like a normal 3x3. And this one here is on kind of uneven tensions, but seems fairly good out of the box. Also, the corners seem to have a tendency to kind of squeeze inwards and possibly split, so I would like to super glue those maybe if I was actually going to use one of these significantly. Out of the box, it's a bit dry and a bit tight feeling. But anyway, this is the Moyu Dianma, and here's a weird thing you can notice about this. There actually is a hole through the edge piece like that. I thought that was really crazy. So, I mean, there's just a lot of weird oddities with these cubes. As you can see, there is actually an edge piece, and then of course the corner piece is kind of like that. So Moyu Dianma, very odd. I decided to collect a bunch of these before they start going out of stock at certain stores, which I'm sure they will be here fairly soon, because these are pretty old cubes. So I decided to pick up pretty much a full set, which now I have a stickerless and a stickerless pink. I think I have a stickered somewhere coming. I'm not sure exactly, but there those are. Also, I'll be showing you an interesting thing later. I'm going to be making a modern Moyu Dianma. Okay. Anyway, next up here, we have the Zuwei D Cube, and this is a really convincing knockoff. Let me zoom in on this a little bit. When I first saw this, I was like, oh wow, that is a really good cube. It's the Zuwei Cube, the 21st century cube, the Zuwei D Cube 3. Man, this is a really high quality. I mean, it looks exactly like one of those, what's the other brand that's a lot less irrelevant than this? A lot less relevant? Yeah, I don't know what that one is, but I don't know. This seems to be a pretty odd box for a cube like this, and it's definitely a weird knockoff. I saw this in their store for like $1.50, and I was just like, I might as well try it out. It's a real weird, older, I don't even know what you call it exactly. I guess it's a cube. But let's quickly get a knife, cut the tape here, and see what we have in the Zuwei Cube. Okay, my pronunciation is just 0 out of 10. I'm going to stop trying to pronounce that. Let's try and get into this here. It has weird textured tiles, as far as I could tell there. Comes with a little manual, which is also a very nice manual. It's branded. It's got all the original stuff here. Really all you can need. I mean, look at this thing. It's got it all shown right there. Tell you exactly how to solve the cube. And then, of course, it has a really nice packaging twist there. I mean, most packaging is just kind of like in a bag that's taped. This one has a good twist to it. And here it is, the Tiled Zuwei Cube. Wow, first off, the turning on, that's not bad at all. Okay, it has a little bit of catch right there. But, wow. It's very smooth, is what I'd like to say. But let me quickly look at the mechanism here. I'm curious to see what exact mechanism is in this cube. And look at that. That is not as much of a knockoff slash ripoff as I thought it would be. It actually has a completely different mechanism for what I expected to have. It's very basic, but it's just a modified Rubik's brand mechanism. It's pretty smooth, and it's not super tight like a lot of these come out of the box. So I'm actually fairly impressed with that. So that's it. The Do You Know Zuwei Cube. Do you know Zuwei? Yeah, okay, I'm done with that joke. That's very overused at this point. Well, let's just quickly test corner cutting here. Just pass line to line. No, wait, I had it there. Okay, right at line to line, just pass line to line. Reverse corner cutting. Not much. Tensions seem a bit tight on it right out of the box. Some sides are better than others. Like this one right here. Yep, still just past line to line probably. Okay, yep, for the price, I mean, it's not bad. It's good for the collection. It's a very weird cube. So, yeah. Let's check the next cube in this box here. We have a Chi Sail. I actually have not had a normal size Chi Sail. I got one in my light take unboxing, and somebody in my family here, probably one of the younger children, they love to twist corners. They broke a corner right off while trying to twist it. So I needed to get another one, and here it is, the Chi Sail. This is a really good budget cube. I definitely recommend this over like the MF3 and over like the... What are the other ones on the market right now when this one came out? I don't remember exactly, but this one's pretty good. I'm very impressed with the turning on this one. This one here is on extremely tight tensions, at least on that one side. If I go to this other side here, it'll almost corner cut 45. With the right setup, this thing will corner cut 45, and it actually performs very, very well for what it is. So this one's on really uneven and tight tensions, but that does work pretty well with some break-in. They made a lot of different versions of that, big sail and all that, so it's good to have one of those. Next up here, we have a Moyu Mir S. You'd wonder why I get these, right? Well, I'll be making a video later, but basically you can make something like a Moyu Dienma out of Mir S's. I saw it on Moyu's channel, and I just bought a bunch of them here so I can do some experimentation and try some piece swapping and maybe make some of those. I gotta get some stickers too to make it perfect, but let's just quickly lay these all out back here. I don't know exactly how many of these I got, but I got quite a few, so let's just get these out of here and see what I have. They were very inexpensive on ZCube. I don't remember exactly how much, but I mean, they're just under like $2 each or something. I mean, nothing crazy for sure. So I think I have 6 of them here. I mean, nothing super crazy, but I have, let's see here, I have 3 in gold and 3 in silver. Should be able to make some interesting things with those. Let's just quickly unbox these. So let's just rip right into these. Haven't ripped open boxes in a while because I've been trying to preserve them. No plastic on them, makes it easy. This is a Mir S cube. As you can see, it has identical layers here and here, which allows it to be made into some interesting cubes, unlike the Mir blocks. So I tried doing that with Mir blocks, and I mean, they aren't that great. So basically, it has symmetrical here, symmetrical here on every single side. So if you take a look at a side like that, I mean, it just has all these symmetrical pieces. It's kind of cool. So I don't know. I didn't like my first one. I couldn't solve it, and then once I actually decided to try and learn how to solve it, it was pretty easy. So just an interesting cube. It's very similar to like a, I don't know what you call it, but it has very symmetrical pieces, I guess, is what I'd say there. Like this piece here is exactly the same as that piece right there and all that. So it's an interesting puzzle. It's of Moyu's design as far as I know, so that's kind of cool. And it's also the Cubing Classroom line, if I didn't mention that. Comes nice in the box here, and I will be making another video on some interesting things you can make with those. So that's why I bought so many. It is a fairly interesting cube, but not my favorite. I like the Mir blocks more because it does solve more like a 3x3. I'm trying to think what this solves more like. Maybe like a 3-color cube? I think that's probably it. This probably solves more like a 3-color cube if I had to guess. It has a couple interesting, not really parodies, but where an edge can be inserted incorrectly or oriented incorrectly, and that can cause some confusion in the top layer. But there you go. Those are 6 Moyu Cubing Classroom Mir S cubes. So I like about a lot of these Chinese vendors, ZCube, Light Take, all that. They're fairly cheap to get the basic, like the Cubing Classroom stuff, so you can just pick up a bunch of it. And speaking of a bunch of it, I mean, not a lot, but I have 2 Windmills here. And the reason I picked these up is so I can make slim Mir cubes. I saw TC Cubes do this, and I thought it'd be kind of cool. So another quick little mod thing I might put as a bonus in the Mir Blocks S kind of mod series, but I'm planning on doing those here in a little while. I have some other ideas to do before that. But basically with these Mir S's, they're basically unequal cubes, meaning that every single side is exactly the same on the top and bottom, so there's not a lot of challenge to there. I mean, all the F2L pairs are the same, so I don't know. It's an interesting cube. It's not a ton of fun to solve as is, but I think it'll be interesting, maybe even sticker it up once you switch the top layer to the bottom layer of this one, kind of like that, and the top layer to this one. So you kind of make like a thick cube and like a thin cube, or a slim cube. I don't know exactly what you call it, but there you go. They turn very well. They have MF3 mechanisms. Those are the Windmills. And now what exactly are these? Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, so ZCube had some clearance items, and I like Mir blocks. I'm sure everybody and their brother knows I like Mir blocks. So, for $1.39 each, or whatever these were, I mean, they were priced super, super cheap, or I wouldn't have went for this many of them. I picked up some Chi mirror blocks, which, you know, I already have a couple of Chi mirror blocks. I think I have one with the dark blue stickers and one with like just green plastic, and maybe one in silver and one in gold. But why not pick up some more? I mean, I like mirror blocks. That's my favorite type of puzzle. I think I have now over 20 of them. Unboxing these, but the Chi are the best on the market as far as I'm concerned, and that's interesting. So the green one comes in plastic, the yellow one does not. I'm not sure what's up with that. We have the gold one, and all this. Okay, we have Matt's Volk on the box, which is kind of odd. Not sure where he fits into the whole deal. I'm not even sure if he can sell mirror blocks. I'm sure he can, but I don't know off the top of my head. So there you go. I'm pretty sure I bought every color of Chi mirror blocks. It's weird how 2 of these are not in plastic and 2 of them are. Let me get in focus here so you can see a little bit better. 2 are not in plastic, 3 of them are. I don't know what the deal with that is, but whatever. I mean, they look a little bit more scratched up, but other than that, they're not bad. One of these green ones right here is my main right now. I really do like mirror blocks. If there is a WC event, that would be really, really cool. And the Chi's, I mean, there's no real, like, 10 out of 10 speed mirror blocks on the market. There's no GAN of speed mirror blocks. But the Chi is about as close as it gets. It has the exact same mechanism as any other one there, which is kind of a V-Cube ripoff mechanism. But it turns the best out of all of them. I'm not sure it's the lubrication or just how the pieces are put together, but it's the fastest out of all of them. They tell us the speed mirror blocks, and I have to agree with that. They're pretty quick. And they also have pretty good corner cutting. Let's see if I can find a good side here. Yeah, almost 45. Almost 45 normal and 0 reverse. That's the one downside about these. I might mod one sometime, but about 0 reverse corner cutting. So there you go. Part of the reason this unboxing is so large is because I have some duplicates of things like this, like the Mirror S and the mirror blocks. But, I mean, that's why I like buying from those kind of sites, because all this stuff is pretty cheap. So anyway, Chi speed mirror blocks, they feel very high quality, and I'll just quickly take the rest of them out of the plastic here. But I'd say these are definitely your best bet for a good mirror blocks that you want to start with. I actually say the Cubing Classroom one's probably the second best, because it is, I mean, it has some potential for reverse corner cutting, but I've never taken the time to set up one of those MF3s that well, and I really don't like the MF3 mechanism. So I guess that's my downside with that. It does have a little bit different potential for corner cutting compared to some of these other ones. So, I don't know. It's your call on that for sure. If they include it along with the, I don't know what they call it, the non-cubic, so probably not. But, I mean, they have a set that's sort of like that. But anyway, that is the Chi speed mirror blocks. As you can see with most of these, they are pretty tightly tensioned. But it works fairly well for mirror blocks. Another cool advantage about mirror blocks, since every single piece is a different shape than every other single piece, you can blind solve these without like knowing how to blind solve. I mean, you can just use it, you can go by feel, and then you can find each piece. That's pretty cool. My record on that, I haven't done it in a long time. It's like 2 minutes 17 or something like that. So pretty quick, actually. You'd be surprised. I need to try that again here soon. Okay, so now a lot of different repetition stuff. Let's see what else we have in the box. I wanted to get the original YJ Fisher and what are those called? Windmill and Fisher cubes. I have not had these before. I don't know why exactly. I had these a long time ago, sold them off, never got them again. Obviously, there's the Cubing Classroom ones these days, but I wanted to try and get the original YJ ones, with the matte stickers preferably. I think they only had them in white plastic, so that's unfortunate. But these are pretty cool. As you can see here, these moved exactly like you expect any old YJ puzzle to move. Pretty well, a little bit of catching. I mean, they're pretty good. Let's just see if I can find a fairly loose side and take out a piece here. I'm pretty sure it's a Guanlong mechanism or a Sulong mechanism. I forget what people were saying on that. Maybe it's even, because I mean, if it pulled out easier, I'd say it's a Rubik's brand mechanism. But I'd say it's one of those two. And it has the interesting kind of matte stickers. So it's definitely a bit vintage. These came out a long time ago. I don't know how long a long time ago is, but these came out a while ago. And as you can see, this right here is the Windmill Cube. And then the other one there is probably a Fisher Cube. As you can see, it's kind of like that. Has an interesting appeal to it to solve. Never really got into solving this one. It's kind of weird how it has two to the side, so I don't know. You get some interesting, like, not parodies, but false equivocations and things like that. Next up here, this one actually is in plastic, so it's kind of weird that some come in plastic and some don't. Is it just kind of like spin the wheel? Is it like a lottery at the factory there where they decided to put the plastic on it? I don't know exactly. But anyway, okay, so it's another windmill. I'm not sure why I got two of them, but they must have been cheap. So I decided to pick up two of them. There you go. Two different windmill cubes. Hopefully I actually have a Fisher cube in here, or maybe I just accidentally got two windmills, or they sent me two windmills. I'm not sure exactly, but there it is. Another one, and that's pretty cool. Let's check the color scheme on these. A lot of times they're wrong. And let's see here. Nope, that one's correct. And that one's correct. Okay, well, the last one I got, like a long time ago, was incorrect. So that's good. They're stepping up their game, or at least they had some in stock that were correct. Okay, I have to keep moving the boxes to the side and moving the puzzles to the side. I have a lot of just various little puzzles so far. Let's get into the next one here. This is a Moyu Huanying. I believe this one is in primary plastic. I kind of like the look of primary plastic, so I decided to go for another one here. Let's see if I can fairly carefully open this here. It might not happen. The Huanying, as far as I know, was Moyu's first cube, and that's really cool and significance and all that. And it actually isn't a horrible puzzle. I mean, it's pretty, it's outdated by today's standards, but it corner cuts 60 degrees. It reverse cuts. Wow, better than I expected. Not quite line to line, but just before it. So, it's not a bad cube. It came out in like 2012 or 2013, something like that, and it's not bad. It's really more for the collection than anything else, but it has a really weird, kind of lightweight, kind of crunchy feel to it. Definitely a crunchy feel. And it's a little bit unstable in this case. I think this one's on a bit of loose tensions. Yeah, as you can see there. But all in all, for the first release from Moyu, that's not a bad cube at all. It has an interesting internal mechanism. Very, very airy in the corner section there. And as you can see, I have one of these in black. I decided to get one in primary. They're pretty cheap from ZCube, so I picked one up. Here it is. And also the pieces are kind of hard to get back in because they have a weird mechanism. Okay, there we go. That is a primary Moyu Huanying. And also, let me take a quick look at the instruction manual. The last one actually had Felix Zemdegs on it, dating a lot later than the initial run. This one seems to be a bit older one because it has the old school Moyu pamphlet in there, so that's interesting. Must have made them up until fairly recently. And next up here, I'm not sure why I ordered another one of these, but here is another glow-in-the-dark YJ Sulong. I unboxed one of these in my last unboxing, so I don't know exactly how this ended up happening, but now I have two glow-in-the-dark Moyu Sulongs. That's not a bad thing. This one actually out of the box is way better than the other one there. Almost corner cuts 45, and reverse is, just a little bit. It's a Sulong. It's pretty good. As you can see, it does have a piece popping issue there. So let me quickly get that back on there. It's very reminiscent of a Guanlong in that respect. It has a very similar mechanism to that. Okay, so anyway here, that is the translucent glow-in-the-dark YJ Sulong. I bet if I turn off my light here quickly, if I can do that, it would be glowing a little bit. And yes, it is a little bit. Not as significantly, not yet. But that's pretty cool. A second one to add to the collection. I have a couple of duplicate cubes now. So now it ends up working. Okay, so almost out of the top layer here, but let's go through the rest of the ones in the top layer. Another Mirror S. I forgot about this one. Somehow I missed it when I was looking for them here before. But this is another silver Mirror S cube to add to the pile there. I must have thought I needed 4 for something. I don't know. I just ordered a bunch of them. They're fairly cheap. And by fairly, I mean like $1.50 or $2 each. I don't even remember. But they're super cheap. So I just decided to order a bunch of them. And let's see here. This is a Cyclone Boys cube. And this one looks fairly interesting. This is just an old school Cyclone Boys 3x3. I'm not sure which one this is, but I'm excited to try another one of these here. I don't know if this is going to be what mechanism this is going to be based on, but these tend to be pretty good, depending on which one they are. This one had the old logo on it, and it seemed to be Cyclone Boys' first cube, so I'm not exactly sure, but let's quickly check the mechanism if I can get a piece out here. Nope, looking too tight on every single side there. The tensions are pretty tight on this cube, so I'm not going to be able to get a piece out of there. Just do first turns, though. Turns very, very smoothly. Wow, that's very impressive. So Cyclone Boys is almost borderlines on knockoff company. I think they're doing a lot more today on their own designs, but first they're using Weilongs and some other cubes there, just kind of knocking those off. Or to make their own cubes. I can't tell exactly which one this is, but I think it's probably a Moyu type thing there. Maybe a Weilong again. It turns very well, as you would expect, given the mechanism. And it's a Cyclone Boys with the older logo on there. So I just want to try that out. Probably wasn't super expensive. And it's a pretty nice cube. I want to try their magnetic cube here sometime. Okay, next up here we have a YJ Qilong. This is actually one I've only had one of. I don't think I've ever had more than a couple of these. And I wanted to get another one here because I don't currently have one in the collection. This is the YJ Qilong. They only had it in primary plastic maybe, or maybe I just got 2 of them, one in primary and one in black. I'm not sure exactly. As you can see, it has a little card with Felix Zemdegs on here, as a little bit newer ones tended to have. like 2014 onwards, or 2015 when he broke that record, the 5.66, which was broke with the Zanchi. So I don't know why they advertised that record on the cards there. But this has a slightly different internal mechanism than the other puzzles in the lineup there. As you can see, I flung a piece there. As you can see, very similar to a lot of the other ones there. It's a little bit different groove there and all that, but very similar. I mean, all these puzzles are made by YJ, so they're all fairly similar in design. But as you can see, this one corner cuts pretty well. Reverse cuts actually a little bit better than like the Sulong or the Yulong. And I guess it just feels, I mean, it feels pretty good. It feels, I mean, there's a little bit of kind of resistance there. I mean, it's not super loose flowing, but it's very smooth in design. And I think with some lubrication and things, that would actually be a pretty fair cube for speed solving. It's a little bit older mechanism, but still pretty nice. Okay, next up here, we have a Windtalkers, which I believe is Lan. This is a Lan Master Morphix. Just never had a Lan Master Morphix. Haven't had a lot of Lan puzzles in general. I think I had a Lan Void Cube. I have a couple Lan Void Cubes right now, and I have had like a 2x3x3 by them. And I guess I've had some of their 2x2x3s too. I have not had one of their Master Morphixes, and I haven't had a ton of their puzzles in general, so I decided to pick this up. I know it's not going to be that great, but for the collection, I think it's going to be pretty cool. As you can see, there's checkerboard on that. Master Morphix, if you don't know, is one of my favorite non-WCA puzzles, so I kind of want to get a bunch of them here for my collection. Try to pull a piece out of here. It is the Rubik's type mechanism on there, and all in all, it's a little bit smaller. It's a smaller size Master Morphix, and it doesn't seem to be super fantastic. I mean, it's not bad, but I don't know. It's a Rubik's mechanismed Master Morphix. It's okay, but nothing super fancy. Okay, last one in the top layer here. I mean, you can't see that, so I kind of describe it to you there. YJ Yulong in black. Never had a Yulong in black. I've had a lot in stickerless. I've had some in translucent plastic. Never had a Yulong in black, so that's cool. Wanted to get one of these, and here it is. As you can see, has the older YJ logo on there. Out of the box, super dry. Maybe it has some lube in there that's going to work in, and it almost feels like that's the case. But I like the Yulong. That was my favorite YJ series cube for a long time, the Yulong. And out of the box, this one's pretty tight. I don't think it's going to have very good corner cutting. Yeah, it's not going to have good corner cutting at all. It's very dry, very tight, but with some break-in and all that, the Yulong turns very well. It's not up to standard of modern speed cubes, obviously. I mean, this is an old budget puzzle, but it's very good for what it is. I believe, like, they are staggered. I think the Qilong, I don't remember if the Qilong was the most expensive or the Sulong was the most expensive, but they had basically Guanlong $4, let's say the Sulong $5, Yulong $6, and it might have been switched on those, and then the other one was $7. I mean, they just went up by $1 increments, if I remember correctly, back in the day when you used to be able to buy these, but these are pretty cheap now, and they're pretty cool, for the collection at least, for me. Okay, so bottom layer doesn't look quite as crazy as I thought it might. Actually, there's 3 layers to this, but basically, these are just a little bit larger boxed puzzles. As you can see right here, this is a Shangzhou, I believe, Shangzhou Snake, which I haven't had one of these in a little while. Snake cubes are always fun. You can combine them. I give them to my little brothers and all that because they like to play around with those. I have a few in different shapes and or different lengths and things, but this is just a black snake, as you can see right there. I mean, I'm not going to try and put this back in the snake shape. I might actually try and speed solve one of these. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of like a Magic or some other similar event where it's all has one combination to finish on. But I think my recorded record right now is 10.02 or something, so I should probably get sub 10. I mean, sub 10 on Snake is about the biggest achievement a cuber can make in his life. I mean, this is obviously a cube. So, I don't know if I should go for a solve on camera here. I guess I'll do that. I mean, I'm looking through the camera here, so it's not going to be a super fast solve. I'm kind of just going by feel, as you can see. And of course, this snake is not thoroughly lubed and broken in, as a professional snake solver would need it to be in order to make it into a ball in the fastest time possible. But there you go. I mean, that's not a super slow solve, but there you go. Shangzhou Snake, pretty cool. I might actually try and speed solve one of those, but they're mostly just toys. Okay, next up here, this looks like a Shangzhou Snake in red. I picked up a few of these here. They're very inexpensive. I was like, well, might as well pick up some colors that I don't have yet. Come in sort of a plastic thing, but they're not actually wrapped and taped in it. And there it is, a red Shangzhou Snake. Same exact thing. I mean, white interior, red exterior. They feel kind of ground in like quality wise between like the newer ones or some different ones. And these ones, I mean, they're fair quality. You're not gonna be breaking them anytime soon, but they're not like the highest quality. These aren't like, I don't know, the GAN Snake Air S or whatever the heck they call their stuff these days. But this one here is pretty cool actually. This one is red and black, and as you can see, it just has kind of an interesting look to it there, red and black. Most of them are lighter colors, though that one's kind of cool, so I picked that one up along with the white on black there, kind of the Phantom Snake. Okay, enough talking about snakes. Let's get into the next cube here. As you can see, this is a old school, I think, because that's the old Chi box cube, and I don't actually know which one this is. It first of all is in white, and secondly, I don't know. It's in a very large box for a normal 3x3, so that's kind of strange. If it is really a normal size 3x3, why it's in such a huge box? So let's get into this here and figure out the mystery. Mysteries will be revealed. And here you go. This is really odd. I don't know exactly what's going on here, but in the back you have a cube bag. So that's kind of cool. It has Chi on there, and it is kind of a mesh type, a little bit thicker, kind of foam. It will protect from shock cube bag. And I'm not sure if I can get into it from the bottom. That's really weird. This is a weird box for this kind of cube. Let me try and get this box back together here for a minute. Okay, here's how you do that. You have to fold it like this and fold it like that. This is not a box folding tutorial. Forget the unboxing. This is much more important. This is called boxing. It's a whole nother sport compared to unboxing. And there you go. So if you didn't know that was under there, you probably wouldn't know that was under there. But there was a cube bag in the back there. And let's carefully open the top tab here, in case I decide to save this box. Old Chi pamphlet. And then if we pull the fancy tab right here, does it do anything? How do you get this cube out of this box? Man, this unboxing experience is very odd. I can't even figure out how to get the cube out of the box. Man, I don't know exactly what's up with this thing. That's so weird. Okay, well this is a very fancily boxed cube. I'm going to have to look up which one this is. I'll put it up on the screen there because I don't know exactly. As you can see, it's in white. It's in a fancy box. It has like all this fancy stuff with it. I don't know what's so great about it or whatever. Is this an old Thunderclap? I don't even know which cube this is. I mean, that's just saying. This may be a Thunderclap, though. Okay, well, I sort of ripped the internal box again out of there. Whatever, that's how it is. Let's take this out of the plastic. If this is a Thunderclap, I think it was like $3 on the website, so I'm pretty surprised at how much crazy packaging it came in. I know originally it was probably more expensive, but let me take a look at this here. I'd say that definitely could be a Thunderclap. Out of the box, man, this feels way different than the ones I've used. Wow. Wow, the quarter cutting on that is like 60 degrees out of the box. That's pretty impressive. It's too bad it's in white. I think that might have been the only color they had left in stock. But I'm pretty sure this is a Thunderclap. Now that I've been looking at it here, as you can see, there's a piece design. And like I said, I'll put up on the screen what it is exactly. But it turns very nice out of the box. I'm very, very impressed with that. I usually set these up using the overlubing method. I'm just about to finish breaking in my first overlubed Thunderclap, because I haven't been solving on a ton. I mean, I've done like 300 solves on it or something. So here it is. Another Thunderclap, I'd assume. I mean, I'll look that up later. Comes in a very, very fancy box. The unboxing probably took way too long, so sorry about that. Next up here, a Shangzhou Morphix. I actually do not have a non-pillowed triangular Shangzhou Morphix. I have one that's like one of those, I don't remember, ZCube or something. One of those other brand name Morphix that are like this, but it doesn't turn good at all. It turns awfully. In fact, it's the same size as the Minx, the other one that I have, and we'll see what size this one is. Seems to be about the same, but let's see the turning. Yeah, the turning on this one's way better. Okay, so I don't know what the other one is there. The other one I have, it's so clicky and bad, and it just turns horribly. This feels like the Morphix I remember. I had one of these a long time ago, and actually this one turns better than that one. It's a Shangzhou, so that's what I expect. But I want another triangular Morphix that turns a little bit better. So there it is, the Shangzhou Morphix. Okay, next up here we have a QJ puzzle. I've not had QJ puzzles in a long time, so I wanted to pick some of these up. Comes in a really interesting display box. I mean, that's pretty fancy for the olden days of cubing. Let me see if I can find some sort of sharp object to cut into this here. I have a watch band remover that if I poke right there, yeah, it's pretty tough tape. I should probably get a knife so I don't break that. Let me see here. I kind of buried my knife under cubes, so I don't know. Seems like the display box is about ready to come apart right here, so let's just try and get into that direction instead of going through the whole tape cutting procedure. This is another one for the collection. This is a QJ Master Morphix, and I'm assuming this is exactly the same as a Land because it turns absolutely horribly. Oh man, this turns worse than a Land out of the box. But like I said, for the collection, and QJ puzzles are pretty interesting. And there goes a piece. There you go, I found it. And definitely is the same thing as a Rubik's brand mechanism. Okay, well that was a challenge to get down there and try and get that piece. Okay, exactly the same as the other one there. This is a Rubik's brand type mechanism. Okay, well, let's get these pieces back in here and finish this piece up here. More for the collection than anything else. I just like QJ puzzles. They have some interesting puzzles. And I want to get like the pillowed 3x3 and 4x4. If I don't have them in this box already, those are some that are kind of nostalgic to me. I had those a long time ago, and it'd be nice to get them again. And also, as you can see, I also have a QJ Megaminx. I had one of these a long time ago. I never had the one with the tiles on there, so that's pretty cool. And let's see if I can actually find a knife that is sharp enough to slice this tape. Let's try this one right here. And there you go. That seemed to have worked. In the back here, you have the QJ Megaminx little pamphlet. I mean, if you open this up here, this will teach you exactly how to solve a Megaminx, I think, maybe. I don't know. Good luck on that. But anyway, let's get into the box here. This is supposedly a QJ Tiled Megaminx, and it looks like it from the outside. So if this ended up being like a Pyraminx, that'd be really strange. But anyway, here it is, the QJ Tiled Megaminx. I had one of these a long time ago, and not the tiled one, just the normal one, and I actually really liked it. With a little bit of setup, it actually turned really well. It turned better than my Shangzhou, and this one is definitely not turning quite as well as that one. I mean, that side doesn't turn too bad, but I don't know, my QJ Megaminx wasn't too bad. A lot of people used to say these were really horrible, and I can see why if they had one of these out of the box. But this is the QJ Tiled. It's a little bit smaller than normal Megaminx too, so it's kind of cool, and also part of background noise. Crazy kids. But anyway, that is a QJ Megaminx. It's already getting better, just kind of breaking the flash off the pieces and all that. And it definitely doesn't stand up to any modern Megaminx in any regard. But for a vintage Megaminx, and back in the day when you had Shangzhou and this, and maybe the YJU who had just came out, and that one had like the bent screws problem, so it actually kind of sucked. This was a pretty good one. I mean, maybe this could be my Megaminx OH main. I mean, it turns pretty well. OH. Okay, so my other camera there stopped recording, so I'm just kind of recording on this one here. I might go change the battery on that here soon if this one stops recording, but there you go. I decided to pick up a second Chi Master Morphix. I only have one, and I figured I should probably have a backup main if I have the main there, and they're pretty inexpensive. Just like the Speed mirror blocks, this is the best of its type on the market. This is the Chi Master Morphix. And the main reason why this is the best, first of all, I like the matte plastic. A lot of people don't like that. I really like the matte plastic. And secondly, it's much larger than a standard Master Morphix, which if I compare it here, as you can see, the edge length is quite a bit larger on the Chi. It's the largest one on the market as far as I know, and that really does help it to be a good puzzle. There's a Yushin Master Morphix. Just a little bit larger size really makes it feel a lot nicer when you're solving. It's a lot closer to the size to a normal 3x3 rather than the smaller Master Morphix size. This one out of the box doesn't turn super well, but I think it could be lubricated and tensioned. Maybe turn a bit better. Corner cutting is kind of hard to grip it, as you can see there, but it does corner cut pretty well once it's all set up on the right tensions and all that. So there you go, Chi Master Morphix. Another one of those for the collection and to use. Another one of those for my main. And next up, wow, what do you know here? I thought, oh man, I said that Megaminx would turn into a Pyraminx, and here you go. I guess it did. And it also reboxed itself, and it also stuck itself back in the box, and somehow I also had to repurchase it. Okay, well, I mean, it's how it works. Stuff happens. It's how it works. Let's try and get this one out of the box here. And also, if you look at the back here, it says QJ Toys. So there you go. That's fancy. Let's try and get this one in the box. Wow, this box is much harder to open than the other one there. And as you can see, it's the same pamphlet, but now with a fancy tiled Pyraminx from QJ. Okay, so I'm assuming this one's going to be my new main. I'm assuming this one's going to turn about as good as, like, I don't even know, the X-Men Ballad I've been talking about. Forget that. The Chi, or the QJ, I keep calling it Chi. QJ is where it's at, bro. Like, just listen to that crunchy feel. Some of that tip rotation. I mean, this one. Ooh, yeah. Sledgehammers for days. Oh, okay, that was horrible. Yeah, that's a really bad Pyraminx. But, I mean, it's not up to par with modern Pyraminxes. It's not bad. I mean, compared to, like, the original Shangzhou ball bearing or something, I can see somebody actually using this with a little break-in or modification. That is a QJ Tiled Pyraminx. Just wanted to try and get the full QJ collection, just for my collection. Wow, there's a lot more puzzles still in here. I'm going to have to keep going through these, keep rushing through these. Let's see what we have next. This one's really cool. This is a Megaminx ball thing. It's not a Megaminx. It's a weird puzzle that is in the shape of a ball. It has little pins that you pull up, and then it'll work. I don't know exactly what this thing's called. I'll put it up on the screen. But first up, be filled with the wise word, as this intelligence toy will have you believe. It's also a Magic Cube, and also there's their logo again. Magic Cube, Magic Cube. It's completely generic. I mean, this thing was super cheap on their website. I thought these were actually pretty rare, but I guess not, because here you go. You can get it on, where did I buy this again? ZCube for a very inexpensive price. And there it is. Wow, that's a really weird puzzle. So basically, it has these weird pins. Pull it up and rotate, and it also has a bit of a clutch mechanism. No? Maybe? Okay, there you go, because now the center is rotating, but now it's not. So, I don't know. It's very interesting. It sort of looks like a Megaminx. It sort of is really weird, and actually that one does not seem to be solved. I'm not sure if that was my fault or wherever, but there it is. It is the thing. I'll put it up on the screen what it's called. Anyway, that's pretty cool. I've seen these in some people's collections from way back, and apparently they're still being made, or at least they just have a stock of them over at ZCube, and I'm the lucky last person ever to get one. Next up here, Fangkun. I don't know what this is. Fangkun Ghost Cube, probably. Okay, well, there you go. I have one Ghost Cube, cannot solve it, so now, why not get another one? That was my thinking, at least, and I don't think this one comes with stickers, unfortunately, which would be nice if it did, but this is a Stealth Black Ghost Cube, and actually, I thought I ordered this with stickers, so it'd have white stickers, but I'll have to look rest in the box and see if I can find any stickers. Wow, this is just absorbing the light. You can barely even see it in the frame. It's so stealthy. I was going to try to rotate this, but it's hard to do. I'm looking through a camera. Okay, there you go. Wow, this one feels a lot better than my first Ghost Cube. Ghost Cubes have come a long way since my days when I first got into them. When I first got my first Ghost Cube there, it turned really... Well, I got the cheap one. The Z Ghost Cube, when that first came out, that was the cheap one on the market. The Morphix was the only other option, and that was really expensive. Now we have all these different brands like Fangkun and all that. And here it is, the Fangkun Ghost Cube. Looking pretty good. Hopefully I have the stickers in there. I'm not sure. Maybe it's just like that. But either way, that's pretty cool. I have another Ghost Cube. More motivation to learn how to solve it, right? Another Shangzhou Snake, this one in the very traditional color scheme. This is the one you find most of them in. The blue and white. I just picked up the full set, I suppose. And here it is, another Shangzhou Snake. Fairly nice. And this one's really cool. I mean, I did pay up for this one a little bit. I think it's like $11 on ZCube, which is really good compared to some other sites. This is the Armadillo Cube. This one looks like a very high quality puzzle, and it looks very interesting, so I wanted to pick one of these up. Let me quickly get into this box here. It's a very nice box. It's all plastic. It's not cardboard like a lot of them are. And let's see here. Ha ha! That's really weird. Pull apart to reset. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. So are they saying that if you can't solve it, you're just supposed to take it apart and put it back together? Okay, well that's interesting. It's like the equivalent of peeling the stickers off, right? Okay. I figured this was actually a cubic puzzle you're supposed to solve, but I guess not. According to Armadillo Cube, you're supposed to pull it apart when you can't solve it. Okay, well, jokes on them. I am going to solve this. This has a really interesting thing. It's very similar to the ZCube Wave, so I wonder if that's where they got the idea for that. It's sort of both pillowed and concave at the same time. I should have some of those coming, so I'm unboxing on those soon. But as you can see, this is an Armadillo Cube. Out of the box, it doesn't turn particularly well. It doesn't corner cut that well. It's not really a speed cube. As you can see, it has a really odd mechanism. Wow, what is that mechanism exactly? It's sort of like a hybrid Rubik's brand mechanism and something a little bit off. So I'm not sure exactly. This is the Armadillo Cube. I expect a little bit more for the price, but it's not bad. I mean, it's interesting. It's a 12 color 3x3. I can solve one of these actually fairly quickly. I think my PB is like 1 minute 14 or something. So I definitely want to try this thing out once it's lubed and tensioned and see how fast I get that. I had the cubic version, and now I have the original, the Armadillo Cube, or at least I think it's the original. I bet there's sticker modifications before that. And next up here, we have the DN Cube 4. Okay, it's not quite as much of a ripoff as the other one there, but it still has sort of that same ripoffish vibe. I don't know if that's a word or not, or a thing or not, or whatever. But anyway, let's cut right into this here. This is the DN, the best puzzle on the planet. 4x4 and stickerless. I don't know why I picked this up. I happen to have the original DN stickerless 3x3, so I was like, why not? Let's get the full set. Let's get the best turning 4x4 on the market. Actually, it turns pretty well. I mean, it's like a Shangzhou mechanism, if I had to guess. Maybe a Shangzhou V1 or something. I mean, it turns like any other inexpensive old 4x4. It actually, I mean, these were more pop resistant than the newer mechanisms. I actually like them a lot better. I think it had a one-piece kind of thing design, so they're easier to even reassemble. And actually, there's some lube in there that now that's breaking in is actually getting fairly good. As you can see, the tensions there are very tight, and corner cutting, it does corner cut. Wow, that's actually impressive. I expect it to corner cut at all. Corner cut's almost a piece. That's actually pretty good. Okay, Yansheng 4x4, not the worst cube on the market. That's a good title. Okay, GAN 357, probably with the nylon core and possibly in white, as you can see right there. Maybe it's primary. I don't remember how I got this one here, but I did not have a GAN 357 normal in normal plastic, and nicely enough, it comes with an old GAN puzzle sticker and a sticker set, so that's nice. Also, it comes with a tensioning tool and a manual wrapped around it. Okay, well, that's cool. Little nylon tensioning tool there. I got the GAN 357 Ultimate, so I'll be really interested to compare the feel between that one and this one here. I think this one will be pretty good. And this says 357 on the outside. Doesn't quite look like a 357 to me. Is this an original GAN puzzle? That might be what it is. That's kind of weird that they'd have it in a 357 box. But let me take a look at this here quickly. I think this might be an original GAN puzzle. I don't think that's a 357. It might be... Yeah, that's the original 55mm GAN puzzle. Why did they put that in a 357 box? That's really weird. Okay, what about the manual here? Manual says GAN 356, so this is a whole bunch of jumbled right here. Who knows exactly, but this is the GAN V1 puzzle. As far as I know, this is the GAN V1. I don't know if you can confirm that in the comments. Let me know from their website and everything else. They're selling this as a GAN V1. Just lost an edge there. As you can see, it has the octopus core in there. And this one does seem to be the smaller size, GAN 3V1. So that's really cool. I could only get it in white plastic, unfortunately. But it's really strange, the box setup. It came in there. Maybe they didn't have boxes originally. I don't know what's going on there. And man, I am just throwing pieces everywhere. Yeah, that's not happening right now. So I'm just going to do some first turn, which I already did some first turns, but I'll do some first turns on this other side here. It feels very, very flexible, as you expect, with the octopus core in there. Seems to be on pretty good tensions. Corner cutting, almost 45. I think with some tension you could probably get there. Reverse cutting, just a little bit. This original 55mm GAN 3V1. I'll go find another piece there. And there it is. So that's pretty cool. I don't know what the whole box situation was there. Pretty weird. And so it's in a GAN 357 box with a GAN 356 manual. And it is a GAN 3 version 1 in the original bag. So it seems brand new in there. Who knows exactly what to think about that. But here is... I don't know what this is, but I know it's cool. 3x3 camouflage cube. Yes, Whittington 3x3 camouflage cube. I've seen these for a long time. I've been wanting to pick one up. I finally pulled the trigger on it. They're fairly inexpensive at ZCube. Look at that. It's the Dienba Mark II. No, I don't know exactly what this is. I just know it's really weird. And for first turns, I can confirm it is very weird. It's like a mirror blocks crossed with a 3x3 maybe. It's a bandage or something else. 3x3, as you can see, with Eden on there, it goes offset, and then you can turn this side here, and then you can turn this side, and man, it just seems like it's going to get jumbled and mixed very quickly. I always thought it looked cool, and I wanted to pick one up. I didn't know it was quite as crazy as it is, but that makes sense. There it is, the Whittington Camouflage Cube, my new one-handed Camouflage Cube main once they add it to the WCA. I mean, Camouflage Cube one-handed, that's got to be next on the list. Okay, next up here, we have a Fang Kun Rotate Ease. Yeah, that's the name of the puzzle. So I don't know exactly what this is, but let's quickly get this out of the box. This is a Fang Kun Ghost Cube. So, I mean, it's a Scoob. What do you expect? I mean, I don't really like Scoob that much. And also, I can't figure out how to get this back. Okay, there you go. So this is pretty cool. I don't think I'll barely ever solve it. It actually feels very solid. I mean, it's got to be like a land Scoob mechanism or something. I mean, it's not... It's probably a land Scoob mechanism. I don't know exactly anything about Scoob mechanisms. I'm just assuming. It doesn't seem to have ball bearings, but it seems to be very solid as far as that goes. Has a really cool look to it. That's why I bought it. And there it is. A Fang Kun Ghost Cube. Or Ghost Scoob. I mean, if you really want to be weird about it. Next up here, we have a Goguan Yue Show. I'd assume is what that's called, but I'm not sure. I'm going to stop with the crazy announcing voice or whatever. I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself with all this craziness. It is a brown Goguan Yue Shao. Yes, Goguan. That's the brand name. Let's quickly rip into this here. I kind of like brown puzzles, but actually more like gray puzzles. I don't know why I keep getting brown puzzles. I need to get more gray ones. Wow, this feels way, 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 way better out of the box than my last Goguan. My last one was all sandy, super tight, really, really bad. This one, though, wow. That turns fantastically out of the box. Okay. What the heck is this out of the box feel? Full corner cutting. Wow. This is like an out of the box main. I know some people have said that, but this is an out of the box main. Like, I'm not going to switch this in my main, but if somebody was looking for a main and they want a really good cube, This thing out of the box is as good as a lot of people's main. Also could be one-handed, but whatever. I suck at one-handed. Okay, there you go. Goguan Yueshao in brown. That one's actually really good out of the box. That one is in particular. I unboxed one a while ago, and it was not that good. Battery is flashing low. I'm going to switch to my other camera, I think. Okay, here we go. I switched to my other camera, and actually this was not bad for the whole thing here. I set it up for manual focus and all manually set up, which I mean, I don't usually do on this camera, so I should probably start doing that. I mean, it has the autofocusing issues and the automatic lighting issues and all that. I probably shouldn't have ripped that box, but this, I think... Okay, I was wondering what was up with that. As you can see in the box there, it is rotated 180 degrees. I believe this is a Dian Panchi. I might be wrong on that. It might be a Guhong V1. Let me quickly check that. Yeah, that looks like a Guhong V1. Okay, so that's the deal there. It looks like a Guhong / ZCube mechanism. That's exactly what that looks like. Guhong V1. I have never had one of these before. Picked them up in stickerless and picked them up in black, I believe. I can't believe they're still in stock because I think this is actually like Dian's first cube. But wow, out of the box, it turns pretty well. I mean, it's not perfect in every way. I mean, it has like 45-degree corner cutting. About there, reverse corner cutting. Not a lot of reverse corner cutting. Has kind of a weird deformation thing there. And let's quickly check all this here. It turns pretty well. I'm actually pretty impressed with this here for how old it is. I can see why this revolutionized the Speed Cube. I mean, it has a couple little, like, not like catching issues, but like I was showing with the reverse corner cutting, how it kind of deforms there. That's what I feel like it's doing while I'm actually, this one reverse corner cuts, but on that one side there, that's, I feel like it is when I'm turning just a little bit. That is a Guhong V1, very good for the collection. Haven't had one before and wanted to pick one up. Next up here, we have another Snake Cube. This one looked really odd. It had some weird colors and things on it, so I decided to pick it up. Let's see if it has a brand on it here. Funny Toys Sport Game Series. So I guess if that's a brand, that's what it is. This has Chi on it, actually. Yeah, Chi. This is a Chi Snake. So that's kind of interesting. This is from the olden days, back when they were knocking off Dian and all their stuff there. Or Wood Eden. Yeah, that's what it was. As you can see, Chi's Cube. That's a really interesting logo on there. I don't know how old this is, but apparently it's fairly old because there it is. So I don't know if this is a normal size snake or what. It came in that flat pattern instead of the ball, like a lot of these come in. And wow, out of the box, this thing almost feels like it's been lubricated and tensioned and all that, ready for professional snake usage. I bought this exactly because it has a cool color scheme on it. It has some really interesting things on there. So let's quickly see if I can make this into a ball. It seems to be black on one side and gray on the other, which makes for some interesting solving. And let's just see if this can be made into a ball, if it's that correct size. I think it probably is. Going through the viewfinder again. I'm not a professional snake speed solver. It doesn't take me like 1.1 seconds. I actually haven't looked up the UWR for snake, but whatever. There it is. It can be made in a ball. It's very cool. You can make it black on the outside or gray on the outside, depending on which side you make it on. So that's pretty cool design choice. Chi Toy Snake. That's weird that it's Chi, but it must be really, really old. Okay, next up here, we have some stickers. This looks to go with one of the Wood Eden puzzles there. Which one didn't come with stickers? I thought I had one there. These aren't Ghost Cube stickers, so that must go to something else. I'm not sure exactly. Must be a Wood Eden cube in here that does not have stickers and is looking for its stickers. It's like, where are my stickers? Okay, anyway, here we have another one, toys, and this is a Lingao clock. That's what it is. Man, so this is the craziest thing. I'm not sure how well this one will perform out of the box, but it looks very similar to the normal Lingao clocks. This one on ZCube, I'll put the exact price on the screen when I paid for it. I thought it was between like it was either $3 or $1.90. It was stupid cheap compared to most places you can get these. And wow, out of the box, this one's way better than my other one. That's really funny. Okay. I'm not good at clock by any means. Like there you go, you can see I'm doing the wrong turns there. You're not supposed to turn this outer little one there because that turns the back of it. And then it gets all screwed up. But anyway, I learned how to solve a clock in like 10 minutes and I got it down to about 40 seconds in about like, I don't know, 30 minutes or something. So I might actually practice clock again. This one here turns way better than my other one out of the box. My other one here, the pins were not even pushed. Like it took a lot of break-in. I felt like I was going to break it just to get those pins to work. I got that one from the Cubicle. I got this one from ZCube for like, I don't remember. Cheap. So that's why I picked that up. And there it is. Okay, next up here, Yang Chang Design stickers. As you can see, there they are. I'm not sure. There must be a Yan 3 in here. I'm not positive, but let's check it out. Let's look. You can't know unless you look. Okay, I got the green. I wanted to try a Wapo, first of all, and I also wanted to try the green aqua teal, whatever that color would be called, because I'm actually thinking about getting a 13 by 13 in that color. If I do get a 13 by 13, which is probably going to be a while, I'm just curious about the teal / green color. I don't really like their blue, but I like green, so I was curious if this is closer to a green or closer to a blue. So, looking at through the camera, and here it's definitely right between the two. It's very interesting, and wow, that Wapo, that turns really well. I mean, it's not like, no, it is really nice out of the box. Wow, I am not a fast 2x2 solver, and this one, I mean, I feel like it could use a little bit of tensioning. It doesn't seem perfect in that regard, but for a 2x2 out of the box, that one there feels pretty good. Let me just quickly do like a Y perm on that. This is where I need to get better at 2x2 because my Y perm takes too long. And let's just do a quick hand scramble here and try to solve this here real quick in front of the camera to embarrass myself on my 2x2 solving. Okay, let's just quickly check here and get right into it. Ready, set, go. I mean, I'm not super slow at 2x2, but I'm just not very fast at it. So there you go. That is the Moyu Wapo. I've been wanting to try one of these for a while. I decided to get in the teal / green color, so I had to go out focus. I'm not quite used to this camera right now, the way I'm using it, but there it is, the Moyu Wapo. I might get one in black here sometime, or a magnetic one, or something like that. Next up here, one cube I've never had is a Land floppy cube with the circular stickers. I don't know why I never picked one of those up, but here one is. I decided to get one. I'm not sure this is a super floppy or just a normal floppy. Either way, it is pretty cool, and this is a super floppy. I can tell just because the sticker's on there. It turns okay. I mean, I have one of these restickered with CubeSmith stickers that I did not restickered myself, and this one turns about the same as that. It feels pretty solid. It feels better than the ZCube ones and some of the other ones I've tried there. Gotta try and keep this in focus. But as you can see, it is a floppy cube. What more can you want? I mean, it's floppy. It's a cube. It's pretty cool. So there you go. Land floppy cube. Super floppy cube, actually, with circular stickers. More for the collection than anything else. Next up here, we have a Whittian Wit2 V2, which I have no idea why I got a V2 instead of the V1 or whatever, because a lot of people say the V1 is a good one. I don't know. Picked up a V2 because I have a V3, and this is for the collection. As you can see, there it is. A lot of people said this one wasn't very good, so let's get into first turns here and try it out. Not bad. I'd say first impressions, not too bad. It's a little bit unstable, and maybe, no, it wasn't really a catch. It was just because of my inaccurate turning. But no, this wasn't too bad. I mean, it's not like top class, but it's an older 2x2. I haven't tried a Wit2 V1 yet, so I'm pretty sure I'll change my opinions after that, because a lot of people say the V1 is the best out of all of them. As you can see, quarter cutting on this side at least might be a little bit tight. It's not super fantastic. Reverse cutting, actually probably more reverse cutting than there's quarter cutting. That's weird. Okay. Anyway, there it is, the Wit2 V2. As you can see, for the collection. Wow, lots of cubes in here. And man, I did not pay a ton of money for all these either. So this must have just been, like, these cubes are cheap on ZCube. It's the same as, like, I don't know what you call it exactly. It's the exact same as on, like, Light Take or something. Anyway, next up here, this was my first 4x4. Or maybe I had a Shangzhou 4x4 before this. But this was probably my second 4x4. It was one of my first 4x4s. It's the Yushin 4x4. After I got the 5x5, I was really excited about Yushin cubes. Anyway, this was the first one I got after the Shangzhou or something like that, and this one was pretty good. A lot of people are touting this as the best out-of-the-box 4x4 on a budget, and this one here is actually feel a bit unstable. I have to be careful with this here. It feels like it could pop. It's very, very loose on that one side there. But anyway, this is a Yushin 4x4. It doesn't feel super great out of the box, and I haven't tried a Yushin Blue 4x4 yet, but I want one of these for the collection at least, because I had one a while ago, and I never got another one. As you can see right now, it does turn pretty well, though. Does seem a bit too loose, though. Neat, neat, neat. Okay. Let's try a quick 4x4 checkerboard, as I haven't done that in these videos for a little while. And there we go. And there it is, a Yushin 4x4. Okay, next up here, we have a YJ Mofang Cube. That's funny how, like, the Mofang is the Cubing Classroom brand as far as I know. And here is a YJ Mofang Cube. So I don't know exactly the details with that. This is a YJ floppy cube. I don't know why I picked this one up. Is it super floppy? Yes, it is. I don't know. I don't know exactly why I picked one of these up. Maybe it's cheap or something. This one turns horribly out of the box. I think it needs to be tensioned or lubricated or something. Or the center cap's coming off? That doesn't make any sense. I don't know. Yeah, I think the tensions need to be done here. I think this center cap here is about to fall off. So that's great. But anyway, this is a YJ super floppy cube. I don't know why I picked that up. So anyway, I guess that's here. No idea. I have 2 more super floppy cubes. I need to remember to tighten that one though, or it's going to be really bad. I believe this is a Yangcheng Yan 3. I'm not positive, but I think I got one of these in black because I have one in stickerless, magnetic, and I really like it. So I just decided to try and pick up a normal one and see how it works. This one's taped shut, but otherwise just in a bag, and I had the sticker set there earlier. I don't know exactly what's up with that, but as you can see, here it is right here. And turning is really interesting. Ooh, also has a really strong, like, paint smell. That's weird. Straight out of the box, smells like very strong, not dried paint. So I don't know what the deal with this cube is. But anyway, let's see if I can get to a side where I can take out a piece. What is that internal design? Wow, I'm going to look this up, and I'm going to figure out exactly which cube this is. I don't know. Is this actually a Yan 3? I mean, just look at that there. It has a metal piece on the inside of the edge, and it's so airy like that. I don't know what this is exactly. It is weird. It has those metal pieces there in the corners. Maybe this is a Yan 3. I don't know. It smells like it was lubricated with paint, though, or paint thinner. That's not good. That's not a good smell to have coming out of a 3x3. But all in all, this seems like a really weird cube, and I'm probably going to stop handling this now and put it in another room until it kind of degasses straight out of the box. First turns, though, I mean, the center caps keep flying off, but other than that, it seems to corner cut almost 45 degrees and reverse cut fairly well. Center caps keep flying everywhere. I don't know. I don't even think this is a Yan 3. I don't know what the heck this is. Okay, I'm going to look that up. I'll put it up on the screen if I figure that out. Maybe I'll put a snippet in this video. Whatever this is, it's weird. I don't even know. Whatever. Let's try and put the center cap back on here, and I'll get into the next one. That is a weird cube. Okay, so actually I have more cubes in here than I thought. I have another 5 or so. Let's get into the next one here. This is a Diane cube, I believe. No, wood-eating cube. Okay, I'm just dumb. It's a Type C 4 cube. I don't know. Whitlong, is that the name of this one? I don't know. I don't know a lot about wood-eating cubes. I just know they're vintage, and I wanted to try and get some for the collection. As you can see, ZCube had some, and here is a Type C Type 4. Out of the box, turns fairly well. I'll realign that layer there. Let's just try a super flip here. Kind of slow. As you can see, this is a white cube. There's very normal shades on it. No black side or anything there. Corner cutting is actually pretty good. Surprisingly good. A weird like center twist thing there. But pretty good all in all. If we take out a piece here, it seems fairly loose out of the box. Has a really odd internal mechanism there. Very airy, as a lot of cubes from that era seem to have been. That seemed to have been the trend. Very light, airy cubes. Kind of followed by like the Oolong, and cubes are a lot less airy and a lot less light, kind of a little bit heavier and all that. So anyway, that's an interesting cube, more for the collection than anything else. I think that is the Type 4 Whitlong. I will put that up on the screen to correct myself if it's not. Next up here, we have a Type C version 5 cube. I don't remember what this one's called. The Wit U, maybe? I don't know. Maybe I'm switching those two. I don't remember. They all had names, but it doesn't say them on the box, so I am not going to be able to remember those. These all were in white on ZCube. They didn't have them in black, at least not most of them. So here it is. And this one, wow, I like the feeling on the box of that one compared to the other one there. This one turns very, very well out of the box. It feels almost like a V-Cube or something like that, but a really, really good Guhong / V-Cube. Let me pull this out of here and see what kind of mechanisms in it. I think it's a bit tighter, and that's part of the reason it has that Guhong V-Cube feeling. And that's probably most of the reason. I can't get a piece out there. This side seems to be loose enough. Oh man, just have really good anti-popping mechanisms. That might be it. But let's try and separate it. Let's pull the crazy. Yeah, I'm not able to get a piece out of that one. Wow, very impressive how well that puzzle is held together. But there it is, the Type 5, Type C, Type 5, Wit U, maybe. Very interesting. Guhong / V-Cube-esque feeling. It's very, very smooth in normal turning, but then it has kind of some weird things in the corner cutting department and all that. As you can see right there, it barely corner cuts on that white side. So I don't know exactly. It's a weird cube for sure. Not sure that's a good one or not. And next up here, I have another possibly motor oil smelling Yan 3. I'm sure this has a different name. I'm sure it's a different cube, and it's probably a rare / vintage / weird cube, and that's why I picked up these. I don't know, but here's another one. I have no clue anymore why I picked these. Well, I know why I picked them up. They're really weird, but I don't know why they smell like motor oil, or no, I was saying, like, what was I saying before? Paint? Yeah, the paint seems green to me. See this one? Smells a little bit less like paint or nail polish or whatever, but it turns exactly the same. It probably has the same internal mechanism. I don't know. I'm going to put these on the screen. I'm very intrigued as to what these are because they're Yancheng. This one's a different one. What was Yancheng? Was that a different old school brand? Because this is a different cube. It smells similar, but it's a completely different cube than the other one. Wow, I'm really confused now. Okay. Well, I might figure this out and put it up on the screen for sure. But anyway, first impressions, turns about the same as the other one there. Corner cutting, a little bit different. I don't know exactly. But look at that logo. I don't know. Let me know if I didn't put it in here, what you think in the comments below. Probably a vintage cube, but probably very interesting for the collection. And there it is, another one. The other one's more interesting, the metal pieces in there. That's really weird. And next up here, we have a Dian 2 Guhong. So I'm not sure if this is the Dian Guhong V2, if there's one before the Guhong. I don't remember exactly the whole Dian history. But let's try to open this from the bottom and see what we have here. This might be my Guhong in black. That's probably what this is. So anyway, let's pull this out of here. Old school Dian sticker. That is pretty cool. And let's just get the first turns here. Turns very similar to the other Guhong there. Very, very smoothly and very nice turning all in all. You almost have to adapt your turning style just to make it so it doesn't really need that corner cutting that some of the modern cubes have. Which, I mean, this one actually is a bit loose in the top there, as you can see. This one actually has fairly good corner cutting. I'm impressed by that for sure. Switch the pieces there, so I'll go like that. There we go. Put that one back in there, and let's see if I can fit this edge or the corner back in here without messing it up. Maybe a Guhong V2. I'll put it up on the screen if I can figure that out. But either way, it turns very, very well. And a bit loosely on that one side, as you can see. Common issue with old cubes was popping. That's why they invent torpedoes. Okay, next up here, we have a Type C 4 Whitlong. So there you go. That's what we were saying about the Type C 4 Whitlong. I'm not sure. I thought I had a Type C 4 already. So what is this one? This is a stickerless one. And also it has little cutouts from this box in there. That's weird. They leave those in there. Also, that is very interesting. It is in shrink and it is off 180 degrees. Was that just a thing? Did they just do that? Maybe that's how they did it. Maybe they had a sort of box that took advantage of having 1 degree, 180 degrees off. Or 1 degree, one side, 180 degrees off. The paint smelling cubes are getting to me. Okay, here it is. And there we go. That's first turns, and this cube is really pretty good. Wow, that has a really interesting feel to it. I mean, that is really a weird feel to it. It must have a strange mechanism in there. I mean, it's fairly conventional, but yeah, no, that is a really interesting feel to it. See if I can figure out how to describe it there. It's almost like a cross between like a really crunchy feel and a really smooth feel. So it's kind of weird to feel those two together, but it makes sense when you actually feel it. Let me see if I can get this piece back in here. Not quite as bad as the Type C5, but it is definitely kind of hard to get that piece back in there. Okay, so there we go. This is the Type C4 Whitlong. Just corner cutting here, about 45 degrees, not much more than that. Almost line to line reverse corner cutting. That's actually pretty impressive. And there it is. It turns fairly well with a little bit of a, I don't know, I could use a little bit of lube, I think is probably it. So, I don't know. It has a really kind of weird feel there. I might have pieces of flash on the internal pieces or something that are causing a little bit of catching. Something like that. Anyway, it turns pretty well. It is a vintage cube for the collection once again. And next up here, I'm actually really excited to get one of these. This is a Try My Best Funds puzzle. This is a Fengshi. I don't remember the exact name of it. Xishuang 2x2 in 55 millimeters. My main for a long time until I sold it, which is a common theme with all these. I'm trying to buy puzzles that I sold a while back. But anyway, this is a capped 2x2 with 55 with caps that make it 55 millimeters. It's having some internal catching right now, which maybe just take some break-in. I don't know exactly. Yeah, the internal mechanism is misaligned right now. I'm gonna have to figure that out, but somehow it came off the track here on the internal mechanism and now is misaligned and will not turn. So that's a good first out of the box impression. But basically this thing just has caps If you see them right there, that would be a 50mm puzzle. If you put the normal caps on there with these larger caps, makes it 55mm. It's pretty cool, and this was my main for a long time. It may be my main again if I can actually, I think it's too loose. That's what it is. So the internal mechanism came out of alignment. No big deal. I'll fix that up, and yeah, it is what it is. It turns very well on one layer. This is the new split boob cube. It has no functionality in either section here. It is just a boob cube. I have one of those coming in magnetic. Yeah, this is a very fun puzzle. I mean, just first turns, you can just double flick it. If I really like... Oh, there you go. That's almost kind of cool. If you like really aggressively double flick. I thought I had to do a full one there. Yeah, there you go. Oh, nope. Full flick with a double flick? Okay, that's cool. Anyway, I've just done playing around with that. I think we have one more in the box here. Very well packaged from ZCube. Very impressed with their service, and more cubes than I even thought. That's crazy. I bought a lot of cubes from them. Okay, this is a Yushin, an old school Yushin cake cube. Let me get a knife and try to knife this out of its packaging off camera. Ugh. Yeah, blister packs, the funnest possible thing to ever knife open with anything. Oh man, very, very annoying. And there's a quality knifing job. I'm just about to get it out of the box. I'll bring it back here once I do have it. Oh man. Okay, so kind of like their Panda Cube and other cubes they make now, Yushin has made some interesting cubes throughout the years. I need to get that paint smell in my office. I can still smell that. It's really bad. This is the Yushin Cake Cube. I never picked one of these up back when they came out. I remember when these came out, everybody's talking about them. They have a very basic mechanism, as you can see right there, but it actually turns fairly well. I mean, it's a improved Rubik's mechanism by quite a bit, and it turns... Oh, I have a corner twist on the Yushin Cake Cube. That is unfortunate. I'm going to have to pull that piece again, I bet, to get that back in alignment. Let me do that, and let me do this. There we go. I think get this piece back where it is. Okay. Okay, there you go. Yushin Cake Cube. It's a lot smaller than a normal 3x3. There's a normal 3x3. There's a Yushin Cake Cube. It's cut down from a normal 3x3, and I'm surprised that the 3x3 mechanism can support this cutting down, but that's pretty cool. And as you can see, if I do a checkerboard here, this is just a very interesting cube. Top and bottom are different, and the center stays the same. I forget what puzzle that's very similar to, but I've definitely seen that type of movement before, kind of like the Pie Cube, or whatever they call that one there. That turns sort of like that. But there it is, the Cake Cube. It's pretty cool. It's an interesting shape modification. It is stickerless. It has 3 colors. It is in the form of rings. Very easy to solve and very interesting. Okay. Okay, so I guess that's about it for my order from ZCube there. They did switch my black Wit 4, Wit long, whatever, for a white one. So that's why I got 2 of those. So I don't know. They didn't ask me about that or anything. Big deal. Whatever. That's great. Probably throw in the free, like the, I don't know, YJ floppy cube or something for that. So I don't know. Either way, I guess that is a huge unboxing from ZCube. I think that's 59 cubes. I looked at the invoice there, and that's what it said on there. So I'm assuming that there's a lot of packaging and things around here. So I guess that's about it for this video today. Huge unboxing, add to the collection, couple of vintage puzzles, couple newer puzzles, all interesting and pretty cheap from ZCube. So I go check that stuff out. It shipped me very well, very quickly, and it was a very secure box. So anyway, that's about it for this video today. Like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed. Check out my Instagram at ks_cuber for photos of these updates. Like, this will be posted on Instagram here like 4 days before it goes live on YouTube and all that other stuff. Also, to talk to me there, I can have DMs and whatever. So anyway, that's about it. KSCuber out. Goodbye.